Because she's your lobster.
Oh, she's going somewhere.
Come on, you guys. It's a known fact that lobsters fall in love and mate for life.
Welcome to MsMojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times friends told us life was gonna be this way, but it wasn't.
Maybe it's a universal thing.
Yeah, or maybe it's because you're all hanging around here at 11:30 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, let's head off to work.
For this list, we'll be looking at the unrealistic expectations this sitcom gave us for our 20s and beyond. Which unrealistic Friends moment left you highly disappointed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Divorce is quick and easy. Ross's divorces became a running gag throughout the show's 10 seasons.
Second marriage, said the wrong name at the altar. A little my fault. Third marriage, well, they really shouldn't allow you to get married when you're that drunk and have writing all over your face. Nevada's fault.
In reality, though, they're typically no laughing matter. For starters, it takes much more than just calling your attorney or asking your soon-to-be ex to come to your workplace to sign a document.
I kind of need a divorce.
Oh. Okay. How come?
Actually, I'm getting married again.
In fact, dissolving a marriage can take about a year, depending on technicalities, including how long it takes for both parties to agree on a settlement.
Second in 2 years. Third, overall.
Ross, I have been a divorce attorney for 23 years, and never have I had so much business from one client.
The show also largely dismisses the emotional aspect. After all, this is the person you thought you'd spend the rest of your life with. The divorces in Friends are very much a rose-tinted version of most people's reality. Number 9. Part-time parenting is a thing. If you thought one day you'd have kids and still have plenty of time to just hang out, you were probably a Friends fan.
I want them for more than a day. I want them for a whole weekend. No, listen, I feel like...
Great, that would be great.
Ask any parent, and they'd likely tell you they barely have time to themselves, let alone to spend hours chatting with friends in coffee houses. You're responsible for a whole other human, or humans.
What do I do with him?
I don't know, just talk to him, entertain him, keep him alive.
Naturally, they are likely to take priority over your social life. Still, although Ben and later Emma occasionally appear at the Friends' social gatherings, they're largely out of the picture.
This is for the best. This way I'm not distracted worrying about Emma, how she's doing at home, and I'm gonna be completely here with you. And oh, she spit up.
What?
She spit up. Judy, she spit... Judy, look alive, Judy!
In fact, by the later seasons, we were even asking, whatever happened to Ben? The truth is, becoming a parent creates a cosmic lifestyle shift. Number 8. Quitting a job with no play. We all have days where we just want to pack it in and call it quits.
Training to be better at a job that I hate. My life officially sucks.
But then we remember that we have rent, bills, and other expenses, and the fear of losing that financial security helps us plow on. So it was pretty irresponsible of Chandler and Joey to urge Rachel to quit her job at the coffee house.
You need the fear.
The fear?
He's right. If you quit this job, you then have motivation to go after a job you really want.
It was even more careless of her to follow through, especially with no financial backup to fall upon. Couldn't Chandler have offered to read over her resume or put out some feelers instead?
So I don't think I should do it anymore. I'm gonna give you my week's notice.
What?
Gunther, I quit.
Just the idea of not having a stable income gives us palpitations.
Weren't you the guy that told me to quit my job when I had absolutely nothing else to do?
We're all for job fulfillment, but real life has other plans, and they ain't cheap. Number 7. Living across the hall from your besties. The last time we can recall living that close to our friends, we were probably at college. After that, life took us all in different directions, and we'd consider ourselves very lucky if we were even within walking distance of our pals.
Go across the hall.
What?
Right now, Joey and Chandler's go. Now.
Why?
Just go.
Still, growing up watching this sitcom, we dreamed of the days when our best friends lived several mere footsteps away.
Hey, Rach. I was just coming over here to, Oh, wait, I don't have to lie to you. You don't live here anymore. I'm eating their food. What are you doing?
Of course, that's not how life works. And for various reasons, such as money or familial responsibilities, it's unlikely that the same accommodations will suit everyone. We'd also find it pretty irritating if anyone barged into our home without knocking, regardless of how close we are.
Hello, people who do not live here.
Hello.
I gave you a key for emergencies.
We were out of Doritos.
Number 6. Your lobster was right there all along. Ah, the age-old love was right under your nose trope.
Hang in there. It's gonna happen.
Well, okay, now how do you know that?
Because she's your lobster.
Oh, she's going somewhere.
Much of the series is dedicated to the gang navigating the highs and lows of the dating world. Yet Ross and Rachel and Monica and Chandler ultimately discover that they didn't need to look outside their friendship group to find the one.
Morning, Ross.
I'm getting married today!
Yeah, you are.
You think you knew I was here?
Ross waits almost a decade for Rachel to reciprocate his feelings, marking the start of a long on-again, off-again relationship. Meanwhile, Monica and Chandler unexpectedly go from friend zone to end zone. Look, we're not saying it never happens, but for most of us, it's nothing more than a fantasy. Friends sure left us with some idealistic expectations for finding love.
Did she get off the plane? Did she get off the plane?
I got off the plane.
Number 5. The streets of New York are filled with hot singles. Speaking of unrealistic dating expectations,
Don't look now, but behind you there's a guy who has the potential to break our hearts and plunge us into a pit of depression. Where?
Ooh, come to mama.
did you ever walk down the street, hop on a bus, or meet some hunky doctors at the hospital and then wonder why no one's practically throwing their phone number at you? After all, that is what happens on Friends, right? We can barely find a decent match on the apps, yet this lucky bunch is incredibly skilled at picking up dates wherever they go.
You gonna get you something else?
Yeah, I'll have a slice of cheesecake and a date if you're giving them out.
Haven't you and I covered that topic?
Central Perk seems particularly filled with eligible suitors just waiting to be hit on. We just want to know, where are the adorkable scientists, ambitious tech millionaires, or hot strangers in coffee shops that we were led to believe we'd meet someday?
I was just saying to my...
Could you speak up, please?
Sorry, I was just saying to my friend that I thought you were the most beautiful woman that I'd ever seen in my life.
Number 4. Money is no big deal. Money isn't always the most comfortable subject to discuss, but it does affect a whole lot, from where we live to how we spend our leisure time.
Come on, we got the gift, the concert, and the cake.
Do we need a cake?
Look, guys, I know it's a little steep.
Whoosh.
Amazingly though, despite the glaringly obvious pay grade discrepancies between them, this issue doesn't often arise, or at least it isn't talked about much.
Guess I just never think of money as an issue.
That's because you have it.
That's a good point.
So, how come you guys haven't talked about this before?
Perhaps that's why they spend so much time at Monica's or at Central Perk. A simple cup of coffee would have cost roughly $1, while eating at Monica's is free, unless you're Monica. And surely Chandler supported Joey enough to list him as an expense.
I would owe you so much.
You do owe me so much. You owe me $3,400.
Hey, dude. Why are you changing the subject?
This unrealistic expectation still burns, both our souls and the money in our bank accounts. Number 3. You'll still be hanging out with the same people in 10 years' time. Think back to your life 10 years ago. Are you still friends with all the same people? Do you hang out as often as you used to? Are you still as close as you were back then? It's highly unlikely that you answered yes to all of the above.
Listen, can we please have lunch the next time I'm in the city?
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. $10 says I never see that woman again in my life.
Life is messy and unpredictable, and circumstances and people change.
Hi, you guys, the car service just got here. I can't believe they're not home yet. I have to catch my stupid plane. I want to see the baby.
Plus, as much as we'd like to be there for our friends through the good times and bad, we can't always be available for every milestone or life-altering event. If hindsight's taught us anything, it's that the gang's friendship isn't just unrealistic, it's unhealthy and doesn't leave much space for personal growth.
Dysfunctional group dynamic. You know, this kind of codependent, emotionally stunted, sitting in your stupid coffee house with your stupid big cups.
Number 2, an unrealistic work-life balance. For a group of people with steady jobs and Joey, they seem to have an awful lot of free time. We're absolutely advocating for the importance of a healthy work-life balance, but they seem to take that to the other extreme. The gang can be seen chilling in the purple apartment or at Central Perk at seemingly any and all hours. Seriously, when do they work?
That's weird. I don't think my boss likes me either.
I don't think mine likes me either.
Maybe it's a universal thing.
Yeah, or maybe it's because you're all hanging around here at 11:30 on a Wednesday.
And how have any of them managed to hold a job? Or fund their coffee drinking habits?
$4.50, Ross, double latte, $2.75. Chandler, coffee and scone, $4.25, and Phoebe's herbal tea, $1.25. So altogether, that's $12.75.
After watching Friends, we couldn't wait for this apparent abundance of free time. But the reality is we count ourselves lucky if we sign off from work on time. And even then, we're pretty much spent.
You guys want to try to catch a late movie or something?
Maybe, but shouldn't we wait for Chandler?
Whoa, where the hell is he?
Yes, Fran, I know what time it is, but I'm looking at the weenus and I'm not happy.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Coffee over cocktails? We don't know about you, but we spent more of our 20s in bars than coffee shops.
Chris says they're closing down the bar.
No way.
Yeah, apparently they're turning it into some kind of coffee place.
Just coffee? Where are we gonna hang out now?
Got me.
Midweek breakfast with friends. Who has time for a leisurely breakfast before work?
Hey! How'd the callback go? Oh, it was unbelievable. I walked in there and she was all over me.
So what'd you do?
Well, I couldn't do it.
The real New York is far more gritty. This clean, tidy, and almost crime-free city isn't the Big Apple we know.
On my way over here, I stepped in gum. What is up with the universe?
Monica's weight loss. This poorly aged running gag set unrealistic standards for health and fitness.
Yeah, I look great, and yeah, I feel great, and yeah, my heart's not in trouble anymore, blah, blah, blah. And, I just don't feel like I got him back,
A one-night stand with your bestie leads to happily ever after. It could end well, or it could make things super awkward and even ruin your friendship.
Well, I've never done that with you before.
Nope.
So, how are you? How you okay?
Yep. You?
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. You can rent a nice New York apartment on any salary, or no salary at all. Monica's roomy 2-bedroom apartment in Manhattan's West Village is the stuff of dreams. Or at least it was before we started wondering how on earth she or any of its other inhabitants throughout the series could afford it.
This place is really my grandmother's. I got it from her when she moved to Florida. Otherwise, I could never afford a place like this.
She explained that she inherited the rent-controlled apartment from her grandmother and reportedly was only paying $200 a month. As idealistic as that sounds, it still doesn't quite explain how a chef, whose career got off to a rocky start, a poorly tipped waitress, and at one point even Phoebe's, could afford this plus expenses.
When are you going to tell my sister that you don't live here anymore?
I think on some level she already knows.
Phoebe, she doesn't know that you sneak out every night. She doesn't know that you sneak back every morning.
Don't even get us started on Joey across the hall.
Here's the electric bill.
This is how much we pay for electric?
Well, yeah. So we'll do the rest of the bills later then?
Can someone point us to this magical neighborhood where money's no object? We'll start packing. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.